Sofía Vergara, has anyone checked for a penis? These are from the internet.
For sure be better than yours.
No, but I don't want people to think that I'm making a joke of that.
No, you shouldn't make a joke
I'm not.
because this could be good for you. It will be good for you.
Yeah, it will.
Yeah. Have you been to this place?
No, it's not like a joking matter.
No.
There is a moment right before a celebrity finally snaps, when the polite smile cracks and the real person underneath comes out swinging, and once you have seen it, you can never forget it. Today we are counting down 10 times fame met disrespect head on, and disrespect lost every single time. Starting at number 10, Sofía Vergara. Sofía Vergara found herself blindsided during a lighthearted segment with Jimmy Kimmel that was supposed to be nothing more than a fun bit reading mean comments pulled straight from the internet. One comment crossed a line into crude, deeply personal territory about her body.
Sofía Vergara, has anyone checked for a penis? These are from the internet.
For sure be better than yours.
Clearly written to embarrass her live in front of a studio audience and millions watching at home, leaving the entire room roaring and Jimmy visibly caught off guard by how fast she flipped the script. At number 9, Ronda Rousey. Ronda Rousey was cornered during a press conference meant to promote her upcoming championship fight when a reporter tried to drag her into an unrelated debate about the gender pay gap in an entirely different sport.
We've got quite a large pay dispute happening with our Australian women's soccer team at the moment. Is it frustrating for you as someone who's so prominent in your sport, and we heard you say on the Ellen show the other day you are the richest fighter in UFC, that sort of thing is still going on?
I think that how much you get paid should have something to do with how much money you bring in.
Rather than dodge the question or give a diplomatic, carefully hedged non-answer, Ronda calmly and confidently dismantled the entire premise, explaining that her pay had nothing to do with charity, sympathy, or optics.
I'm the highest paid fighter not because Dana and Lorenzo wanted to do something nice for the ladies. They do it because I bring in the highest numbers. They do it because I make them the most money. And I think that the money that they make should be proportionate to the money that they bring in.
And everything to do with the numbers she personally generated for the promotion. She reminded the room that she was the highest paid fighter in the entire organization, not because anyone wanted to be kind to her, but because she earned every single dollar through performance, ticket sales, and drawing power that no one else could match.
I think they're regretting not making it happen now because there's no way that they could have seen how this one fight would reverberate into creating this entire card and bringing MVP into MMA and Netflix into MMA, I think.
Number 8, Jerry Seinfeld. Jerry Seinfeld, who sat down with Larry King expecting a nostalgic conversation about his legendary sitcom, only to be blindsided by the bizarre insinuation that his show had actually been canceled.
180 episodes.
You gave it up, right?
I did.
They didn't cancel you. You canceled them.
Rather than ending on his own terms at the peak of its success. Jerry's disbelief was immediate and completely visible on his face, and he pushed back hard, reminding Larry firmly that the show had been the #1 program on all of television when it ended.
Years. 180 episodes.
You gave it up, right?
I did.
They didn't cancel you. You canceled them.
You're not aware of this?
No, I'm asking you.
You think I got canceled? Are you under the impression that I got canceled?
Have I hurt you, Jerry?
I thought that was pretty well documented.
Is
this still CNN?
Don't most shows go down a little?
Most people do also.
A detail that made the entire suggestion feel almost absurd and insulting. Years later, he faced a strikingly similar ambush when a different interviewer tried to inject a race-based controversy into what should have been a routine conversation about his guest choices on a comedy podcast.
First of all, you don't even have a card here.
I don't have a single card.
That's so cool. Does anybody give you credit for that?
I don't get enough credit for that.
I think that's something.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Now, I should say, certainly it's easier with someone like you.
Well, that's the point.
Right, yeah.
Why should I have to do a pre-interview?
Right, exactly.
You want me here.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't want to be here.
Yeah.
So you engage me.
Once again, Jerry refused to play along with a narrative that simply was not true, calmly shutting the framing down without raising his voice. At number 7, Robert Downey Jr. Robert Downey Jr. was mid-conversation about his latest film when the interviewer abruptly pivoted into deeply personal territory, bringing up his past struggles with addiction and his complicated, painful relationship with his father as though it were nothing more than a casual follow-up question. Robert's entire demeanor shifted instantly, his usual charm disappearing in real time, and after a long, uncomfortable silence, he simply stood up, apologized quietly to the room, and walked off set without finishing the interview at all. There was no shouting, no dramatic confrontation, and no raised voice.
You've talked in other interviews again about your relationship with your father and the role of all of that in the dark periods you went through and taking drugs and drinking and all of that. And I just wondered whether you think you're free of all of that, or whether that's still something...
I'm sorry, I really don't... what are we doing?
Well, I'm just asking questions, that's all.
Right.
Okay, that's okay.
Bye.
Thank you guys.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Take your mic.
It's okay.
Yeah, you're right. Thank you.
You seem okay. It's just getting a little dinosaur. You're
No, look, I didn't want to do that.
Just a calm, firm refusal to relive his lowest and most painful moments purely for entertainment value on camera. The clip has been replayed countless times in the years since, not because of any explosive outburst, but because of how quietly and completely he made it clear that some questions simply do not deserve an answer, no matter how the interviewer tries to disguise them as harmless, casual curiosity about his personal growth. Before we hit number 6, if you have made it this far and you are genuinely enjoying watching these celebrities finally stand their ground, go ahead and hit that like button and subscribe right now so you never miss the next one, because this list only gets more intense from here on out. Number 6, Anne Hathaway. Goes to Anne Hathaway, who walked into a morning show appearance already knowing the host planned to bring up an embarrassing wardrobe incident from a recent public appearance that had already been picked apart online. When Matt Lauer tried to frame the entire moment as a lighthearted lesson learned with a joke, Anne refused to let it stay lighthearted for even a second longer.
You are in phenomenal shape.
Thank you.
You're very
gracious.
You're always in great shape, but you had to make sure you were in perfect shape for this one, didn't you?
It wasn't about being in perfect shape, it was about being able to do the stunts and the fighting perfectly.
She calmly explained how genuinely uncomfortable it was to live in a culture that profits from photographing someone during their most vulnerable moment.
Is there a certain regimen you put yourself through in terms of the diet, the workout? What is the feline fitness regime?
A lot. It's all the boring stuff that no one ever wants to do. It's just watch what you eat and get yourself to the gym.
Any particular workout?
Are you trying to lose weight?
Well,
what's the deal, man? You look great.
No.
No, seriously. We have to talk about this. What do you want? Are you trying to fit into a cat suit?
Instead of simply deleting the image and doing the decent thing, her response completely reframed the entire segment, turning what was meant to be a cheap laugh at her expense into an honest, sobering conversation about consent and media ethics on live television. At number 5, Quentin Tarantino.
Just said it in the play, a roaring rampage of revenge.
I can't say it that way. Don't you understand?
Which is that there's no relationship. And
Yes.
But you haven't said why you think there's no relationship.
It's
You just
none
said
of your
there isn't.
damn business what I think about that.
Well, it's my job to ask you why you think that.
And I'm
Because you're very
saying
influential.
no. And I'm shutting you down.
Quentin Tarantino faced a reporter who was clearly determined to force him into taking personal responsibility for real-world violence simply because of the content in his films. He refused outright without hesitation, stating flatly that he would not answer the question at all, explaining that even entertaining the premise would only validate a connection he did not believe existed in the slightest. When the reporter pressed further and even tried to pull his colleague, Jamie Foxx, into the confrontation to add pressure, something in Tarantino finally broke completely, and he shut the entire exchange down on the spot. He never agreed to be part of in the first place. Number 4, Jim Carrey.
I wanted to find the most meaningless thing that I could come to and join, and here I am.
Come on, Jimmy. Seriously, the time is up. People are hip to this kind of stuff. I'm here tonight to blow the lid off it, to be the whistleblower. I'm sick and tired of the secrets and the lies. It is the secret symbol of the Illuminati. And
Jim Carrey, who ran into a red carpet reporter at a fashion event shortly after his very public and deeply painful divorce, had already become national tabloid news. Instead of asking a respectful question about his outfit or the event itself, the reporter opened by mocking his personal life directly to his face, casually asking if he needed a date because he was struggling. Jim's response was immediate, composed, and quietly devastating, redirecting the entire conversation toward how genuinely meaningless the premise of celebrating manufactured icons truly was, exposing the hollow nature of the question itself in front of everyone watching. The reporter tried repeatedly to recover the conversation and steer it back toward something positive, but Jim never once let her regain control, delivering one pointed remark after another until the interview effectively became about her own lack of judgment rather than his personal pain, and the clips spread everywhere within hours. At number 3, Bill Burr. Bill Burr walked into what was supposed to be a after this.
Well, the only reason why I bring it up is some people thought maybe you went a little too far. You know.
As far as what?
Well, they thought that maybe you were being disrespectful to the Christian religion.
Who did?
I'm telling you, you need to Google.
Oh, good Lord.
So did you feel you were being disrespectful, or just you were just having fun?
Oh, all you people. You know what, you losers? I hope you all die, and I hope the Eagles never win the Super Bowl. Go yourselves.
Routine morning show appearance to promote his brand new animated series, only to have the host abruptly pivot into questioning whether some of his past comedy material had disrespected a specific religion. Bill did not hesitate for even a second, immediately pointing out the obvious hypocrisy of being lectured about a couple of harmless jokes on a morning show, while far more serious institutional issues went completely unaddressed by anyone in that same building. He kept his tone light and even playful, but his point still landed extremely hard, leaving the host visibly scrambling to move the segment along as quickly as possible. This was not an isolated incident either, as Bill has repeatedly shown zero tolerance for hosts trying to corner comedians into apologizing for material that was never meant to be taken as a personal attack in the first place, live on air. Number 2, Tiffany Haddish. Number 2 goes to Tiffany Haddish.
How are you?
Good. How are you, Tanya?
Congratulations.
Thank you.
You so slayed it when you did that show that night. And it was hard to believe that you were actually the first African-American woman to host SNL. I can't believe that.
I wasn't the first African-American woman. I was the first African-American female stand-up comedian.
Oh, thank you for correcting that.
Yeah. It's a $4,000 dress. I'm gonna wear this dress multiple times.
Tiffany Haddish made good on her promise.
Who was approached on the red carpet at a major awards after party by a reporter who casually referred to her stunning designer evening gown as simply a costume change for the night. The comment, whether intended as an innocent joke or not, clearly struck a nerve, and Tiffany immediately corrected the record on the spot, making it absolutely clear that what she was wearing was not a costume at all. It was couture she had paid for entirely herself, but it also became one of the most replayed and discussed red carpet moments of that entire award season. And finally, at number 1, Russell Brand walked onto a morning news panel to promote his very first ever worldwide comedy tour, only to have the host openly admit on camera that they had absolutely no idea who he even was. Rather than absorb that insult quietly and move on, Russell leaned into it with sharp, effortless wit, answering their questions while subtly exposing just how unprepared and dismissive the entire panel truly was toward their own guest. When one host made a comment that felt far more like casual mockery than genuine curiosity, referring to him almost as some kind of foreign curiosity rather than a respected guest, Russell called it out directly and without a shred of hesitation, pointing out exactly how disrespectful and condescending the framing had actually been the whole time. The moment turned an entire segment meant to introduce him to a brand new audience into a viral lesson on basic professionalism, proving that even good-natured banter has a breaking point when it quietly stops being funny and starts being demeaning. 10 completely different stars, 10 completely different situations, but the exact same message running through every single one of them. Respect is never optional just because the cameras happen to be rolling. Which one of these moments do you think hit the absolute hardest, and who do you think handled their moment the best out of everyone on this list? Drop your answer down in the comments below, and if you want more moments exactly like this one, make sure you are subscribed for what is coming next.